¿Qué onda? Excelente, chicos, muchísimas gracias por pasarse. Aquí estamos todos compartiendo. Les muestro, miren. Tengo compañía. Y acá, para los que vieron el estreno temprano, ay, no veo la cámara. Ahí está. El reloj de bolsillo. Ah, interesante, no se me está viendo el juego. Y eso que lo tengo abierto. Mira. Ahí está. Wow. Gracias por ese audio. Bueno, yo la verdad que el juego vamos a bajar un poco el volumen. Ahí está. Lo que sea, este juego no lo vi, o sea, vi muy poco del juego, así que no sé exactamente de qué trata. Vamos a agarrar lo que es el álbum de recuerdos para ver el pasado del juego.
Hey, want to see my mighty pirate scrapbook? It's filled with my adventures. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be a mighty pirate.
Jodeme que el... A ver, espera. Porque si la cámara va a joder, la voy a tener que mover de acá. A ver. Muy bien.
That's me, Guybrush Threepwood. That's me, Guybrush Threepwood. That's me, Guybrush Threepwood.
Misty Pyra Guybrush Threepwood. Recién acabo de ver la flecha.
In the old days, you became a pirate by completing 3 trials to prove your worth.
Elaine.
Treasure hunting is important for any pirate. The pirate leaders were in charge of the 3 trials, acting as judge, jury, executioner, and devoted grog tasters. The test of thievery involved breaking into the governor's mansion. The security was heavy. Mastering sword fighting was more a matter of wits than agility. This is when I met Elaine, the love of my life. She was governor at the time. Things took an unexpected turn while I was working on the 3 trials. Elaine was kidnapped and taken to Monkey Island by the nefarious ghost pirate LeChuck. I scraped together a crew. Carla, Otis, and Meathook joined me on my voyage to Monkey Island to save Elaine. LeChuck thought he was in love with Elaine. My first ship was the Sea Monkey. I bought it at Stan's used ships with a letter of credit that I, sort of falsified. My first ship was the Sea Monkey. Monkey Island was a steaming volcanic mystery, covered with jungle and not found on any map. On the island was a gigantic monkey head statue with hidden catacombs underneath. You had to brew a special potion just to find Monkey Island. I made some substitutions, but it got us there just the same. You had to brew a special potion. There were some people living there who claimed to be cannibals, but I think it was just a show for the tourists. LeChuck's ghostly ship was anchored in a lake of lava hidden beneath the island's surface. I met an old castaway there, Herman Toothrot. He and the locals wrote a lot of indignant letters to each other. We wound up back on Melee Island for the stunning conclusion to my first big adventure. I made it to the church just in time to stop the wedding. Or so I thought. It turned out Elaine already had everything under control. How does she do that? I defeated LeChuck and he basically exploded. It was the beginning of something magical. These are from the time I went to find the treasure of Big Whoop.
Ese es el 2.
I met my good friend Wally, who makes maps, and I stole his monocle. Good times. The map to the treasure had been torn into 4 pieces, which, let's face it, is about as piratey as it gets. Elaine always seems to know when I need her. I met my good friend the mysterious voodoo lady at the International House of Mojo taught me to make a voodoo doll, which came in handy more than once. Again, it came down to just me and LeChuck at the end. He was using magic, but then, so was I. One time, Elaine got turned into a statue. Well, LeChuck was behind it, of course. He never gives up. The fact that he turned her into a statue tells me LeChuck doesn't really love Elaine. He thinks of her as furniture. I got eaten by a snake. I got buried alive. I erupted a volcano on purpose. There's not a lot I wouldn't do for Elaine. It was around this time that I met Murray, the allegedly all-powerful demonic skull, after a rousing sea battle. Things backfired on LeChuck because Elaine and I got married when it was all over. Game, set, matchmaker. This was a great day. Though in retrospect, we shouldn't have had the scumbar handle the catering. Elaine and me together forever. The daggers are symbolic of cutting through troubles, I think. That's either Elaine's wedding veil or my handkerchief. We got them to match. I don't know why you have to have candy-coated almonds at a wedding, but apparently you do. I wrote a great haiku for the wedding invitation. Oh man, this was that crazy time LeChuck teamed up with an Australian billionaire and tried to use a mystical talisman to make Elaine his bride.
Bien, te creo que es el 4 que ni siquiera lo jugué.
The ultimate insult wasn't really ultimate, or even an insult at all. Or was it? LeChuck and I battled it out on a grand scale that time. I made a goofy monster out of prosthetic body parts. It didn't help with anything, but I had fun doing it. Then there was the time I accidentally let loose LeChuck's pox over the entire Caribbean. Or so it seemed. I had to wear a hook for a while. It came in handy. The death card doesn't usually represent literal physical death, except when it does. I went on trial for my life on 4 separate charges. I defended myself, of course. Oh, here's that voodoo doll from the end of my Big Whoop adventure. I defeated LeChuck with this. His leg came off as easy as tearing a loaf of bread. I defeated LeChuck with this.
Muy bien, vamos a arrancar. Modo casual. Vamos con el modo casual. Eventualmente lo jugaré.
Take this, LeChuck! Guybrush, come over here. Gently now. Remove my mask. Will you promise to stop picking on me? All right, I promise. Anything. Just put my leg back on.
Hey, you kids. You're not supposed to be in here.
What's next? Let's goof on those two. Pretend they're our parents. Yeah! Sorry
Buenísimo.
we ran off. You were probably worried about murderers and ne'er-do-wells. Don't worry, I found him.
Come on, let's go.
Let's pretend I have powers that make lightning come out of my eyes.
It's so lifelike.
I wonder if it's real. Sorry, boys, could you stop following us? It's creepy.
Yes, sir. Come on. I saw a scurvy dog shack back there. Scurvy dogs? I've never had one of those. No way. You have to try one. It's the best thing you'll ever eat in your life. No fooling. Wow.
Habla con Chucky.
What should we do next? We gotta get to scurvy dogs. I can't believe you never had one.
Che, pero acá no había un cartel recién.
Those glasses are thicker than the layer of grease on the floor. Those glasses are thicker than the layer of grease on the floor.
I don't see very well, but I can hear just fine. You kids better have money.
Yeah. We've got all kinds of money.
Si una respuesta entre los penes de abajo. No pone un par de botellas, me pone una botella de pollo, una jarra de grog.
Can we get a mug of grog, please?
Grog's for grown-ups. Beat it. Now what?
Can we get some chicken foot fries?
You got 2 pieces of 8? That's money that grown-ups use.
I know what a piece of 8 is.
Have you got any?
No.
Then no fries.
Y a ver acá.
What?
Can we get some chicken foot fries?
You got 2 pieces of 8?
No.
Then no fries. Now what?
Can we get a couple of scurvy dogs?
Sure, if you give me a piece of 8.
Please? Can't you spare something for a couple of hungry kids?
La cara.
Listen up, you little moocher. Let me tell you something. I don't like kids. I'm an honest businessman trying to make an honest living. I don't need 50 kids a day coming in and wasting my time trying to get me to give them free food.
Oh, me parece que tengo pocas baterías en los auriculares. Jodeme.
I guess never mind.
Hey, I know. Let's look for change in the outhouse across the way. Coins fall out of people's pockets when they sit down in there.
Venga. Joder, venga.
It's locked. Maybe one of the shops has a key.
I once got a scurvy dog that was bigger than my head.
A ver.
They put it on a leg to keep you from walking off with it. I'll bring this right back, sir.
You'd be wise to do that. I got the leg from the last kid who didn't bring back the key.
Era malo. Comprar. Ah, mira, te va tirando en las misiones. Y.
It unlocks the
Examinar.
outhouse outside.
Voy a admitir que me disgustaba un poco, pero me parece potencialmente lindo el tema de la interfaz. Va, interfaz, de los gráficos. Oler el pringue.
Ugh, what is this stuff? Smells the same as the toilet. Where should we look?
All over. Do you see any coins?
It isn't a piece of 8, but it's a round piece of metal about the same size and shape as a piece of 8.
That's called a slug. It's like a fake coin.
Vamos a agarrarlo.
A fake coin is almost as good as a real coin. Chucky, why don't you look in the toilet?
No way. You do it.
Okay. Ugh.
Oh, por Dios.
Gross. 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 I don't see any coins, and I'm not putting my hands in that.
Some places.
I am not doing that again. I'm not sure how we can get scurvy dogs without any pieces of 8.
We might have all we need. I don't think that guy can see very well.
Eso es verdad. No ve, vamos a ver qué onda. A ver.
we get a couple of scurvy dogs?
Sure, if you give me a piece of 8.
Aventura para eliminar la chanfla que has encontrado. Pero
I once had the hiccups for 4 days straight.
It looks like a piece of 8, if you don't see very well. What can we get with this?
Tastes like a piece of 8. Enough for a couple of scurvy dogs if you want.
Perfect!
yeah.
Take 'em, boy.
What are you getting?
What?
Just kidding. Here's yours.
Asqueroso.
This is the perfect food. What do you want to do now?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Yo lo que voy a hacer es bajar un poquito el gráfico. No se veía mal, pero se le había un chiquitín. A ver qué más tenemos por acá. Tranca la rata.
This would be great for apple bobbing. Let's not go back there again. We'll just get yelled at. Exhibit removed. Aww.
Did you know you can keep a scurvy dog warm by sticking it in your armpit?
Hey, Chucky, get ready to run. I guess they don't like visitors. Hey, Chucky, get ready to run. I guess they don't like visitors. Sounds real.
In France, they call a scurvy dog a chien scorbut.
Wakey, wakey, Mr. Pirate. Hello? Boo!
Ha! He's dead to the world.
Voy a devolver la llave.
Hey, look! I'm returning the key.
You want a medal?
Por acá no pasamos nada. Vamos por acá a ver qué onda.
I can stand on my head without... That's my friend D. Hey, D.
Hey, Chucky, what are you jerk faces up to?
We just got here.
I'm making a list of stuff to do.
Give me that. I'm an expert planner.
Oh,
There. Perfect. See you around the park, shitheads.
a ver. Traté de esperar, mirar el ancla, ganar a choque en una carrera, dar de comer a la pata, echar salsa, ensayar la lucha con espada, buscar un trébol de 4 hojas, pedir un deseo a un esposo los deseos, buscar a nuestro verdadero padre. ¡Mierda! Gracias.
That's a cool anchor.
That just shows how little you know about anchors. This one's not a very good example. You'd know that if you read as much about anchors as I have. Did you know that anchors originally weren't designed to hold ships in place? They were used in combat, shot from cannons as a grapple when you were trying to board another ship. They started making them bigger and bigger because they would do more damage that way. Then, people noticed what happened when you missed
A ver qué pasa. Vamos a dejarlo ahí.
the sea bottom instead. The current bow-shaped design is actually less effective than the sharper V-shaped design that was popular last century. But the older design went out of fashion after sailors started to think the letter V was bad luck. You can still find the old kind around sometimes, but collectors have grabbed most of them. On a modern anchor, if you look close, you can tell that one side is a little larger than the other. That's to prevent what's called plummeting, where the anchor goes down too evenly, and then it doesn't catch well on the bottom. The little flanges at the tips are at different angles to make it twist on the way down for the same reason. Most anchors these days are made of iron, and you have to recast them like twice a year because they rust. About 30 years ago,
Bueno, está listo.
somebody thought of all kinds Millions of people invested a lot of money in these wooden anchor companies. But the word they're called... Yeah, I'm kind of an expert on...
Ah, mira. Flecha para las frases anteriores, flecha arriba para pasar la siguiente frase y que para salir. Vamos.
I want to say 2 scurvy dogs at the same time.
Tratar chico una carrera. Tenía que haber alguna forma de ganarle seguramente.
Hey, Chucky, wanna race?
You're on.
I'll officiate. 3, 2, 1, go!
I win!
Pensé que iba a ser más difícil.
I wonder where this path goes.
Bueno, a ver si consigo. Si consigo salsa con el flaco que vende las salchichas o como miércoles se llama eso, no lo puedo pronunciar.
We already got food. I wanna go play now.
Ok, entonces
I have an
claro.
extra tooth in the back.
It says, return outhouse key when finished, or else.
No te vas a enterar.
How much did you say grog is?
I told you, grog's only for grown-ups. Stop wasting my time.
We already got food. I wanna go play now.
Bueno. ¿Cómo tuvo su jueves? Recién te leí. Bien, ahí como le contaba a los chicos, estamos con unos temitas acá en casa que estamos con unos arreglos. Y ahora recién de muchos días está todo como viento en popa. Así que pues ahora vamos bien. Yo no sé qué momento me escribiste eso, porque tengo cosas pero no tengo el horario. Dar de comer a la pata. Supongo que será un pato. Ya salsa, ensayar la lucha con espada, buscar un trébol de 4 hojas. Bueno, esta es la pata y esto es el pan. Así que vamos a coger el pan.
Hey, hands off.
I want to feed the duck. I want to feed the duck.
That's our bread.
Dame pancito.
Did you know? Stop it.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Poco pan para comer
We
la
have
pata.
some of your bread to feed the duck.
I don't think so. We brought it for ourselves.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Yes.
Will you pretend to be our parents again?
What do you mean, again?
Run along and find your real parents.
Recién lo había enviado
At home,
igual.
I've got
Ojalá
a
salgan
collection
todos
of
sus
old scurvy dog
arreglos.
sticks that fills a whole shoebox.
Sí, no, pensé que estabas saltando. Sí, no, la otra vez me pasé el. Espera, me está dejando medio solo el juego. Ahí está. Pasa que hace varios días que vengo streameando sin hablar, entonces perdí la costumbre. Sí, la otra vez jugué lo que es el Monkey Island 3. Personalmente jugué el Monkey Island 1, 2 y 3, la versión vieja y la versión nueva. El. ¿Cómo se dice este? El Broken Sword, lo jugué para GBA. Y ahora que voy a volver a jugarlo. Después el. ¿Cómo se dice este? Bueno, el día del tentáculo. El Maniac Mansion no me va. No tengo nada contra el juego, pero no me va. Y el. Ay, ¿cómo miércoles se llama este? ¿Cómo fue? El Camino de Saldorado. Jugué alguno que otro también medio por ahí, pero lo dejé por ahí. Uno que era el Siberia, que me gustó, pero me hacía doler mucho la cabeza. Estaba bastante desacostumbrado. Y después había otro. Deponia, creo que era Deponia se llamaba, Deponia, que viene en trilogía, que también está bueno porque es bastante similar al Monkey Island. El problema con el juego era que estaba en inglés y tuve que conseguir un parche para jugarlo en español. Yo sé algo de inglés, pero no soy experto en inglés.
That's a nice tree.
I'm only pretending to look at the tree. I'm actually spying on that couple by the pond.
Pero si el árbol está acá, ¿cómo? Bueno.
I wonder what's in that basket.
Let's find out.
What do you think you're doing? Kids these days have no regard for personal property.
And no respect for your elders.
I have half a mind to give you a piece of my mind.
And I've got the other half.
Gotta run.
How rude.
Oh, eso fue pura casualidad.
Did you know you can
Ah,
keep a
sí.
Scurvy dog warm by
No,
sticking
lo
in
jugué
your
un rato
armpit?
y avancé un poco. Creo que llegué a salir del planeta. Y estaba bueno. Pasa que le perdí el encanto. Sí, sí. Ahora, lo que la otra vez me contaron que está copado es que se me escucha bien la voz, ¿no? No tapo el juego. Es que
I want to say two Scurvy
y ahora
dogs
va.
at the same.
Ahí está. Es que los flacos, que obviamente crearon este juego, que fueron los mismos que crearon el Día del Tentáculo, tiraron como una. Gracias. Tiraron como una. ¿Cómo se dice? Una pista indicando como que van a hacer un nuevo Maniac Mansion. Lo que pasa es que este juego está criticado mucho por el tema de los gráficos. Entonces, qué sé yo. A mí me gustan. Prefiero los otros. Pero no están malos.
Time.
Igual hay que esperar cuando crezcan, que ahí es donde se ponen, digamos, un poco más feos.
What's this red glob on the ground?
That's ketchup. It's supposed to be really good with Scurvy dogs. You should put that on your Scurvy dog.
Ok, sí, no pensé que lo fuera a agarrar así del suelo directamente. Vamos a darle a comer la pata. Muy bien. Ahora como vamos acá. Echarle salsa, igual no dice comer en ningún lado. Ensayar lucha con espada, buscar un trébol y pedir un deseo. ¿Puedo comer esto? Yo no me comería eso.
Yuck! I don't think that was ketchup.
Whoops.
Y a ver, ¿puedo ir para acá abajo? No. Acá arriba está basada la lucha con espada.
Let's be frank. You can never hope to beat me.
No way! You'll never catch up.
Que supera mi nivel.
I win.
I win.
You guys are both pretty weak.
Well, anyway, that was fun.
El apartado gráfico fue un cambio bastante notorio, pero no sabes nada más, la verdad. No, la verdad que no. La verdad que yo le tenía un poco más de fobia, pero la verdad que me está gustando bastante. Sí, no, como no me acuerdo si lo hablé con vos. No, bueno, porque bastante hace poco. Con el tema del Battletoads. El Battletoads sí, no me gustó para nada el cambio gráfico que le hicieron en el nuevo. El Tito Rifle 4 está perfecto. El de las Tortugas Ninja está bueno. No lo jugué, pero sé que está bueno. Y creo que esos serían todos los que yo recuerdo ahora que volvieron a tirar. Ya está, acá no podemos hacer nada. Y leer el cartel, busca el tema de 4 hojas.
Do not pick the 4-leaf clovers. As if.
A buscarlo.
Let's look for a 4-leaf clover.
Okay.
Good luck with that.
Ahí lo vi. Antes he pulsado Tab para resaltar los objetos.
I found one.
Awesome.
There was still one left.
Flipa.
Darn.
Some places you go have scurvy dogs with cheese and
¿Y qué me quedo? Pedir un deseo en el paso de los deseos. Pasa que para pedir un deseo preciso una moneda.
I should find a coin to throw in.
A ver, gordo. Muy bien. Antes de pedir un deseo deberías guardar la partida para después cargarla y probar otro. Ah, mira. Deseo que Chucky tenga bigote, deseo que Dee desaparezca, hacer una planta chula, otra carbuta. Deseo que hablemos al revés.
I wish we could speak backwards. Or what is...
Yes, you do.
Yes. Well, helps it. Yes, you go.
That was fun.
Aw, man, it wore off.
Too bad. You made more sense than usual.
Mira.
I should throw my coin in and make a wish.
Cierto, el del Battletoad es rarísimo. A mi parecer nunca pasé el juego de chico, pero lo recuerdo con cariño y mucha oportunidad. Sí, a ver. El de Family yo nunca lo pude pasar. Ni ese, ni el Battletoad con doble dragón. Los jugué cientos de veces, pero nunca lo pude pasar. Después cuando crecí y descubrí el Battletoad de arcade, lo pasé, obviamente que con 25 millones de coins, pero sí. A ver.
I wish Chucky had a mustache.
Ah! Whoa!
Bueno, ya que estamos, vamos a parar todos, ¿no?
I wish Dee would disappear.
What?
Hey, neat.
Ouch!
Hey,
Ahora desaparece, se hizo así, se hizo invisible. ¿Por qué se ríe tanto el otro? ¿Qué tenemos ahora? Una planta
I
chula.
wish for a cool plant.
A plant? What a waste of a wish.
Ooh.
Digamos que sí es chula.
I take it back. That was the best.
Ha sido en la caña. Flipa. Joder, esto sí que flipa. Tenemos acá.
I wish for another scurvy dog.
Those things are bad for you. Told you so.
Bueno. Lo único que me queda es buscar a mis verdaderos padres. A ver, ¿solo por acá? Ah, ok.
Hey, Dad.
Hello, Mr. Threepwood.
Hey, kids. Having fun?
Yeah.
Esto me lo esperaba.
Dogs.
Those have toenails and stuff in them. Ugh, I read about it.
And we were playing your adventures. We just did. Big whoop.
Big whoop. Oh, boy. That takes me back.
I like it when Chucky asked me to put his leg back on. He says it really funny.
You guys always make up the craziest stuff for the ending of that story.
It's fun.
But you can't just change it around. That's not how storytelling works.
A lot of your stories don't feel like they're finished at the end.
What do you mean?
Well, like, there's this one that you call The Secret of Monkey Island, where you went to Monkey Island and fought LeChuck.
Oh, that story has a great ending. There's punching and fireworks. I thought you liked that one.
But you never did find the secret. Not the real one.
Sure, but that's not what that story was about. Kids, let me tell you a story that is about finding the secret of Monkey Island.
Is this a long story?
I think maybe I gotta go use the bathroom or something.
Yeah, I have to go walk my tarantula.
Maybe I should go with them.
No, stick around. This is a good one. See, there was a rumor going around that my old nemesis, LeChuck, had somehow discovered the exact location of the secret of Monkey Island. I knew I had to get it before he did, so I went to Melee to get my own expedition started and beat him to the punch.
Sí. Bastante, no me lo esperaba. Que verdaderamente es el hijo. Yo pensé que era Guybrush de chiquito. También que nunca te lo aclaran, pero bueno. Lo interesante también que tiene el juego, que lo leí la otra vez, pero que voy a intentar no usarlas, que tiene pistas. Calculo que igual capaz que el juego ahora después te lo va a decir en el tutorial. Chiquito. No, también igual tenía cierta lógica. Igual es raro porque si son hijos con Elaine, en la genética él pudo. En el caso de él, está en Chucky no aclaran si es el hermano o es el amigo. El tema de los lentes y estos auriculares me mata.
Feels good to be back on Melee Island, the hub of pirating in the Caribbean, where every good expedition begins. I'll see some old pals and get things rolling. Or sailing in this case. Hi, I'm Guybrush Threepwood. Remember me?
Haven't seen you in a while, Threepwood. What have you been up to?
Oh, you know, freebooting mostly, swashing buckles and so on.
Sí, claro,
Now
claro.
I'm getting an expedition together to find the secret of Monkey Island.
Oh, you're sailing with LeChuck.
What? LeChuck's here in Melee? Is there widespread panic? Are people evacuating?
He doesn't seem interested in carnage at the moment. Ship's just here taking on supplies and crew, as far as I can tell.
Well, anyway, no, I'm not sailing with LeChuck. You know my history with him.
El churro mi mujer, es un malvado pirata fantasma zombie, el terror de los males. Hemos sido enemigos durante toda mi carrera, siempre me roban las mejores ideas. Me voy a montar mi propia travesía sobre mí.
LeChuck kidnapped my wife. He's always had designs on her. I sailed to Monkey Island to find them and get her back.
Oh, I thought you weren't married yet when that happened. And didn't she more or less rescue herself?
That's not the point. He's an evil zombie ghost pirate, the terror of the seas.
Me encanta que tenga el mismo humor que nosotros.
A nefarious, conniving, murdering scallywag. A depraved, ruthless villain. And a loud talker. And I'm not those things.
They say opposites attract, but what do I know?
We've been enemies for my whole career. Everywhere I go, there he is. He plagues me. He's my nemesis.
Funny. He said the same thing about you.
That guy steals all my best ideas.
Are you sure it isn't the other way around? Seems like he was here first.
I don't know how he found out, but I'm sure he's just doing this to get one up on me. I'm mounting my own voyage. Mine.
Well, you'd better get cracking then. LeChuck's loading up on the outer dock as we speak.
Well, I'm gonna hire a ship and a crew and beat him to the punch. Just as soon as I can get someone to back the venture. I'm a little short on funds at the moment.
In that case, you'll want to go talk to the pirate leaders at the Scum Bar.
Exactly. That's why I came to Melee. It'll be great to see those old guys again. We'll knock back a grog and hash out the details.
Scum Bar, by the docks. Long table in the back.
I know where I'm going.
Sí,
We'll see.
ya lo veremos.
Shouldn't you be on your way to the Scum Bar to talk to the pirate leaders?
Well, I was just about to head down there.
Che, la verdad que me está bastante exhorto con el tema de los gráficos, pero la verdad que no. Reelija la.
Re-elect Governor Carla.
Carla.
Re-elect Governor Carla.
Carla no es la flaca que te enseña la esgrima. Vamos por acá.
I'll talk to the pirate leaders before I go see what LeChuck is up to.
Bueno.
Some things never change. The scum bar will be here as long as there are pirates. Damn pirate wannabes.
A ver.
I'm here to talk to the pirate leaders about a new expedition.
In the back.
Ah, metieron pirata
I'm here
mujer.
to talk to the pirate leaders about a new expedition.
Ah. ¿Qué? ¿Te pasó? No, ¿eh? No, vos no te había pasado. No, el otro día justamente alguien estaba en un libro de tarjeta coleccionable de trivia. What?
It's a book for storing collectible trivia cards. Looks like someone just left it here unattended.
Al fondo del cubo bar está el gigante trofeo de pesca, la bodega, la cocina. Ah, mira, acá son trivias. Literal, ¿no? ¡Oh!
I'm here to talk to the pirate leaders about a new expedition. In the back.
Bueno, sí.
I'm here to talk to the pirate leaders about a new expedition. In the back. Looks
No
like
hay
a
versión.
circus act. Maybe. Have you seen the pirate leaders around? This is their table. In fact, you'd probably better move. You don't want to get caught sitting here.
It's our table, Rummy.
We're the pirate leaders. Get lost.
O sea que déjame la
I
dirección.
hadn't heard there was a change of leadership.
Oh no. Did nobody remember to notify you?
Maybe your party invite got lost in the mail.
Where are the three older guys who used to hold court here?
Who cares?
Probably crying in an alley somewhere, wishing they were still relevant.
Making up trials for each other and writing memoirs that no one will read.
Tengo miedo que me quede sin los auriculares, pero bueno, vamos a ver. Si pasa eso, veremos qué hago.
Is it you I should talk to about financing an expedition?
An expedition. Who is it that you think you are exactly?
I'm Guybrush Threepwood. Probably you've heard of me.
Probably not.
Mission to slaughter the annoying old wastrel man, Captain Madison. Wait, it was Captain Madison? She's like famous! I've got her on a trading card. Her plunder stats are amazing!
Atributos de saqueo.
Stats aren't everything.
Then the others were Captain Lila and Captain Trent. It was Lila who threatened to kill you?
Look, they weren't that great, okay? Listen to the story.
Want me to slaughter him?
Don't bother. He's just a harmless hack who thinks he has a good idea for a pirate raid.
I'm going to find the secret of Monkey Island.
You're wasting our time.
The secret? I didn't think that was even a real thing.
It's a mystery for the ages that must be solved.
The only mystery here is who let you into this bar.
Okay, I'm sensing some reluctance, but hear me out.
Adelantarme una parte de dinero lo veo muy
Consider
difícil.
advancing me some funds. It's a surefire investment. Triple your money or your money back.
Not interested.
Could you at least point me towards an available ship?
You don't even have a ship?
You're really up a creek.
Up a creek without a ship.
I could make it worth your while to help me hire a crew. A percentage of their earnings or something?
No one in here wants to chase your pipe dream.
If you don't take this opportunity, LeChuck will grab it.
LeChuck?
Yes, the dreaded zombie ghost pirate LeChuck himself is also going after the secret. He's here in Melee getting ready right now. If that doesn't prove it's a worthwhile venture, I don't know what else to tell you.
Great. Problem solved.
Excellent. You'll do it.
No.
No, of course not. Why waste money on an expedition when you can just join the one that's already going?
Have fun with your scary ghost friend. Bye-bye.
Ah, ok.
Well, the slight problem with that idea is that LeChuck and I are basically mortal enemies.
Creo que no les interesa. Hasta la...
Fine. I don't need you or your money. can do this on my own. If I can't buy a ship, I'll steal one. I'm a pirate. I'll find a way to get to Monkey Island no matter what it takes. I like the old pirate leaders better.
¿Y qué tenemos acá? A ver. Libro trivial.
I've got a few coins for incidentals.
Varias monedas.
This has gotten me out of a lot of scrapes over the years.
Es una cosa de caballo. Conseguir o encontrar un barco. Encontrar secretos bancarios y revivir los días de gloria. A ver.
Elaine?
Guybrush! Wait, are you going to tell a movie right now?
A little, but I can skip over the hugs and kisses. Elaine!
Guybrush!
Boludo, qué bien hecho que está. Me sorprende porque lo hicieron bien.
I was hoping you'd turn up in this story.
I was hoping you'd turn up in mine.
You wouldn't happen to have a ship with you?
No, silly. I came on a charter. Just like you.
Yeah, I figured that, but it never hurts to ask. And I'm finding it harder than I thought to
Voy a
get
marcar
a
otra
ship and a
opción.
crew for my expedition. The new local leadership was less than supportive.
Why don't you ask around at the docks? I'm sure you can find something.
Thanks, I'll try that. How's your scurvy prevention project?
Le corbuto.
It's great! We're going to get a lot of limes to a lot of sailors and save a lot of lives. I've got to come up with a way to deal with Captain Madison, though. The pressure she's putting on the town is making it hard for social programs like mine.
Sounds like we both met Captain Madison.
I don't like her. She's the one who pushed to shut down the shipyard.
She doesn't understand the value of the secret of Monkey Island.
She laughed at me.
Me too.
Obviously, the woman has no taste and a lousy sense of humor.
You've probably got to get going.
You say goodbye first.
No, you say bye 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 first.
Le haremos un par de veces.
Bye.
Bye. It's Elaine's flyer about how limes combat scurvy. It's important, but boring. I've never once made it all.
Se llega hasta el final. Es la mujer, hijo de puta.
Tell me if she caught me pulling down her flyers.
Próximo cese de negocio. Ah, me encanta, lo pusieron en español.
They're having a half-off sale. At Chamber of Commerce Midnight Luncheon. Back shortly. The sign says, at Chamber of Commerce Midnight Luncheon. Back shortly.
Me encanta que es mapa de
Looks like
Wally.
He's got a new place in Melee. I hope he's not still sore about the monocle.
La del monóculo.
They're having a half-off sale. Property foreclosed by order of Madison Enterprises. Oh, this was my favorite novelty store.
¿Esta era la tienda de coso?
Property foreclosed by order
Sí,
of
era la
Madison
tienda del coso.
Enterprises. Ah, the International House of Mojo. This place hasn't changed in years.
Todo para verla irse, ¿no? No te entiendo.
Welcome, Guybrush.
Ah, el saludo, sí, pensé que era otra cosa.
Again.
I have been waiting for you.
You mean
Fate ordained that you would be here several minutes ago. Only you can manage to be late when you are fated to arrive.
it's a gift?
Allow me to seek knowledge on your behalf.
Will it cost me anything?
Pride, free will. Not much.
Tranca, libre albedrío.
The way to the secret is like a serpent which swallows itself. Many obstacles lie ahead.
Serpent, obstacles, got it.
You must walk the path. Yet you have already walked the path.
And now I'm going back again.
Ok.
When you are unsure of the way forward, open this book for guidance on what is to come.
It can tell me my future?
In a way. Think of it
Ah,
as
mira,
a
acá está lo de las
book
pistas.
of hints.
What is it really?
A book of hints.
Sí, sí.
Use it wisely. To know too much diminishes the voyage.
Neat. Thanks.
No charge. Now you must go.
He quedado para almorzar.
And your destiny lies at the docks.
It does?
Most assuredly.
At Chamber of Commerce Midnight Luncheon. Back shortly.
Están todos en ese almuerzo. No hay nada.
Oh, yeah. That clock has been broken for decades now. What kind of person would just paint on a wall like that? This place has kind of gone downhill. The note says, forced to close. Thanks for the memories, but cash would have been better. Hi.
Everybody thinks they know more than the other.
Okay.
Once you have a key, you've got to open the door. Things are not what they seem. All keys are gold. It's the way of keys.
Bueno.
No one ever works together. All want their own prize.
Aww, this is where I risked my neck for Elaine, and she showed me she only needed me to risk my heart. Also, the windows need some work.
¿Y qué tenemos acá? ¿Qué te parece, Stan? ¿Qué fue lo que recién... Acá. Ah, mira. La pata del parque se puede alimentar con pan. Bueno. Tiene un montón de pelotudeces.
It seems to be stuck closed.
Acá tenemos la cárcel. Cerrajería.
Hi there, newcomer.
Hiya. I see everyone in that portrait has lovely locks.
If you have to make a pun, at least make a good one.
I see everyone in that portrait has lovely locks.
If you have to make a pun, at least make a good one.
At the end of the plank.
My mother's. Please don't touch it.
¿Qué más tenemos por acá?
What's this lock?
That's for hats.
Are these for customers?
Not technically, but please, help yourself. That charming old guy who mans the lookout keeps bringing them for the parrot.
Thanks. I'll just take a few. Handsome looking parrot.
And also vicious. But it was my mother's favorite.
It already looks well fed. These are nice.
It's a locksmithing test.
Close it all up, and if you get the key out, you pass?
That's the beginner level, yes. The real challenge is to lock the larger box inside the smaller one.
These are nice.
Thanks.
I'm Guybrush Threepwood.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Locke Smith.
You're kidding, right?
Nope. And before you ask, yes they did, yes it was, and they really, really wanted me to follow
Sí, sí. Cerrajera. Hijo de puta.
Can you really make keys for stuff? That seems like a magic trick.
Modern locks have serial numbers that tell me all I need to know. No tricks necessary. Just information.
It seems wrong that you can make a key from just the serial number.
It's a failsafe, in case people lose their key. You know how people are.
Aren't locks way less secure if all you need is a number to get a new key?
That's why you should never share the serial number with anyone.
What happens if you lose your key and the serial number at the same time?
The numbers are usually engraved on the locks, just in case. And if you lose the lock, chances are you don't need a new key.
Easy.
Well, what's to stop me reading the serial number on someone else's lock and having a key made?
The numbers are printed small enough that you need a special tool to read them. Only a pro would have a tool like that.
Can I borrow your lock serial number reading tool?
My magnifier? Not a chance. I could be drummed out of the union for that. If you want to play locksmith, you'll have to look elsewhere.
Who's the old lady in the window across the way?
You mean Whitey Bones. She used to be the Undertaker here years ago. Seems to know a lot of things that maybe don't quite fit together.
How well do you know Whitey Bones?
Not well at all. But she's been living near my shop for quite a few years. She was across from my old location, too.
Would she moved when you moved?
I'm sure it's just a coincidence.
I'm on a quest to find the secret of Monkey Island.
Exciting. The story in my family is that the secret is sort of like a key. One that opens all locks at once.
That seems enormously useful.
Maybe. Depends on if you can close them again.
How would you like to join a pirate crew?
Would I have to leave my shop?
Well, yes, that's the general idea. The crew actually get on the ship and, crew it.
Thanks. I'll pass. Try down at the docks. There's always somebody hiring somebody down there.
Sí, ya voy.
I think I'll browse around a bit.
Try not to touch anything. I've got a system, and I don't like it disrupted.
¿Y qué tenemos acá? Mira acá cuánto.
That's an impressive machine.
Yep. This wouldn't be much of a lock shop without a key grinder.
¿Tiene lógica? Vamos a la cárcel.
A visitor! Wait. Guy
¿Están?
Streetwood?
Otis!
Howdy, kid.
And Stan. Otis, old pal. You haven't changed much since I last saw you.
I blame the government.
In fact, didn't we first meet right here?
Not at all. I was in the other cell that time.
Ah,
You look
pero...
different somehow. No
Este chiste es muy
Nice
bueno.
of you to notice. Big news. I'm going after the secret of Monkey Island.
That sounds fantastic. You know what I remember most about Monkey Island? The time you busted me out of jail right before we went there. I don't cruise ships anymore, but maybe you can still help me out. Like you did all those years ago.
Possibly, though it was kind of tricky last time, and I didn't get much out of it in the end.
Sí.
I would be most appreciative. A locksmith has opened very conveniently across the way. I am told locksmiths can make keys for things. Things like cell doors?
Sí.
Imagine that. What did they get you for this time?
I'm a victim of circumstance. Circumstance being that too much attention gets paid to little things that don't hurt anyone, while hard killers roam the streets with pistols and swords.
I notice you didn't say what crime they locked you up for.
It was nothing. I was just picking some flowers.
In the forest?
No.
That's illegal. I learned my lesson. I picked them from the governor's garden instead.
Picking flowers from the governor's garden sounds like an unwise choice.
We used to be friends. Sort of.
Sort
Anyway,
of.
they aren't even her flowers. Taxes pay for them. It's public property. I don't know why anyone bothers me about it. I don't hurt anybody.
No, que va.
Flowers.
They're annuals. They're doomed anyway. Guybrush, you gotta get me out of here. It's custard night. I don't think I can take that again.
I'll make it my number 3 priority.
Thanks.
Prioridad número 3. No, ni siquiera.
I think there's some writing on it, but it's too tiny to read. It says jail rules. 1. No escaping.
Ve.
It says jail rules. 1. No escaping. Hey, Stan.
Hello there, son.
Oh, sorry to see you in jail.
Thank you, son. I appreciate the thought. I'm sorry to see me here as well.
Mientras que sí me mueve los brazos así. Comparte un barco.
Really hoping to buy a ship from you.
Well, now, normally, I would do absolutely anything to get you into a comfortable ride right away. But my hands are tied. They're shackled. I can't do it. Not at any price. I'm completely out of inventory. Every ship on the lot was seized by unscrupulous lawyers who don't care about your sailing needs the way I do.
Oh, that's terrible.
Believe me, I feel worse about it than you do.
Could I get a ship from you after you're out of jail?
Don't count on it, son. I expect to be released any time, but I haven't even got anything on back order. It pains me to lose a sail, but if you need to get off this island, you're gonna have to find another way.
Could you refer me to
La
a competitor?
competencia.
Stab me in the heart. You'd go to a competitor? Where's your loyalty, son?
Well, seeing as you're in jail and have no ships and can't help me, I
Easy.
It doesn't matter anyway. There's no competition. I drove them all out of business long ago. Nobody can play the angles like old Stan. I didn't really anticipate a situation like this one coming up.
Any tips on how to steal a ship from someone else?
One word, son. Mutiny. Get yourself on board a worthy vessel, gain the confidence of the crew, wait for the right moment, and strike.
Eso es
If
la
you
mala
don't
idea.
get killed, look me up afterwards. I'll give you a good price for anything that can stay above the waterline. Naturally, it'll have to be store credit until I get back on my feet.
Okay, well, thanks, I guess.
Anything I can do to help you, let me know. As long as it doesn't involve selling you a ship.
What did you do that got you arrested?
Let me tell you something, son. It's not what a man does that matters, it's who he is. Maybe one day, in a moment of weakness, he crosses a line. But if he's confident about what's in his heart, he can hold his head high. And you know what's in my heart, son?
Blood and goopy stuff?
People! People are in my heart. Anything I may have allegedly done, you can be sure I did it because I care about people.
What exactly did you allegedly do for people that got you arrested?
I gave them what they wanted. Now, naturally, people don't always know that they want the things they want. Sometimes it takes a man with a talent like mine to show them the way. And sometimes people who are jealous of that sort of talent will try to put all sorts of unpleasant labels on it. They use hurtful words like
Mira, ya puso una hora.
scam and misrepresentation and even fraud. But it's all just marketing, son. As natural as the rocks and the trees and the Malay Island flounder birds. And that's why I'm not worried. I'm awaiting final judgment of the court, but I'm certain I'll be acquitted. They don't hang people for marketing.
Didn't you used to have a law practice or something?
Used to, but I was disbarred for what we former law practitioners call moral turpitude.
Is that a real word?
More or less. It's one of those handy catch-all words that you can use whatever you want because it doesn't mean anything specific.
Would it help if I broke you out of jail?
Now that's a kind offer, it truly is. Warms me to think that you'd do that for your old pal Stan. But I've got to think about the optics. I don't want to damage my case, and escaping from jail doesn't look good at trial. So thanks, but no thanks.
Bien.
Well, is there anything else I can do for you?
Now that you mention it, there is one thing I've been missing during my time here in this lofty establishment. In all the rush and fuss and document shredding surrounding my arrest, I completely forgot to grab my toothbrush. If you happen to be passing by the shipyard, you might grab it for me. It'll be on my desk in the office.
Sure thing. I'm going after the secret of Monkey Island.
The secret? Boy, that takes me back. But if you're looking for help, you're barking up the wrong enchilada. Just remember, life has no guarantees or warranties. Only jamborees.
Thanks. That's advice.
Muy
See you
bien.
later.
Yep.
Así que preciso algo para poder ver por ahí.
Looks sort of like an eye. I think it's a chandelier.
Un chandelier. Ah, Anne Chandelier. Bien. Vamos a hacer la mansión de la gobernadora.
Carla.
Guybrush Threepwood.
Hello, Swordmaster.
Prepare to taste my blade, you washed-up hack.
¿Qué cosa buena es tu comida?
Let me show you what a hack looks like.
Pretty good, Guybrush. Right on point.
It's nice to see you again.
You too.
You should never have given up being Swordmaster.
Who says I did?
Oh, sorry, I just assumed. Governor seems like a full-time job.
It is. But there's room for overlap if you're creative about it. I heard from your wife. She's coming by to talk about scurvy legislation. I assume you're involved with that somehow?
Elaine can handle it. She doesn't need me.
I don't doubt that. But it isn't about what she does or doesn't need. If it isn't about the scurvy project, why are you here?
I'm looking for the secret of Monkey Island.
Good for you. I don't have it.
I'll be needing a crew. You interested?
Ha! I'd rather swallow a live badger than crew with you
Sin ánimo de
again.
ofender.
No offense intended.
So, unlikely but still possible?
No.
¿Estás por ahí, Rod, o ya te dormiste?
Go down to the docks and hire one.
Is there a government
Será
program
ocupado.
that funds expeditions to find secrets of Monkey Island?
Oh, gosh. You're too late for that one. We canceled it last year and diverted the funds to build a habitat for the rare Caribbean whining leech.
Darn.
There's a ship at the docks that's headed for Monkey Island.
I think you're talking about LeChuck's ship.
Do you want to go to Monkey Island or don't you?
Elaine says Captain Madison is hurting her scurvy project.
Not the legislative part, just the public funding. The town was in a bind a while back, and that so-and-so, Captain Madison, saw an opportunity. She lent us the cash we needed, but now we're up a creek paying the interest. Things like social programs, waste management, and town maintenance are all on the back burner.
I like that woman less every minute.
You and me both.
Well, the mansion hasn't changed
Chamo,
much.
creo que era más.
Elaine's style is still everywhere. Even the books are hers.
They're my books now, as you well know.
I don't really have anything to say. I just like doing this.
Practice is nice, but I'm busy these days. Governor stuff.
I tried to read that once, but I couldn't finish it. Can I borrow a book?
You've got a lot of nerve asking that. You never brought back the last book you borrowed. I had to buy another copy. You never even apologized.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm hearing the words, but somehow they aren't helping. I need more than that.
Ugh, looks like Carla wasn't too keen on getting her portrait done. I like your stuffed, guess it's a dog?
Please, take that and throw it away. It was a gift from the Earl of Thickwater, who is a contemptible pig.
It's a lot of work being governor.
Porque tienen que hablar solamente con la espada.
I don't really have anything to say. I just like doing this.
Practice is nice, but I'm busy these days. Governor stuff.
Final de la plancha.
Warning, do not try these tricks at home. It's a cookbook. It has 4 stars, but it looks like they're for difficulty. Does not include Secret of Monkey Island. Oh. It's thicker than I would have imagined. Note to the reader. No disguised secrets are revealed in this book. The blurb says it's a solid if somewhat predictable story about a roguish pirate and a doomed romance with a woman of station.
Bueno, vámonos.
I've always thought this looked like my old ship, the Sea Monkey.
Bueno, pensé que le iba a hacer pelota. Ah, mira, con doble clic corres. Puesto de vigía, calle menor, astillero, bosque. El astillero.
Wow, it's worse than I imagined. The assets of this establishment have been seized to settle a class action lawsuit. Have a nice day. The window's all boarded up, and it's very dark in there. Is that an old toothbrush? The window's all boarded up, and it's very dark in there. Is that an old toothbrush? It says, Tan's previously owned vessels. So sad. Stan's used to be the best place to buy used ships.
¿Qué tenemos acá? El contable de Stan, no sé ni quién es este contable de Stan.
It's a dried up old sea sponge.
¿Para qué me sirve, no?
Looks like the only available ship on the island right now is LeChuck's. The window's all boarded up, and it's very dark in there. Is that an old toothbrush?
Sí, sería bueno que lo intentes agarrar, ¿no? ¿Con qué botón te espera la luna?
It always looks bigger on this side of the island.
Controles. Ah, con shift. Pero no me mostramos nada.
The assets of this establishment have been seized to settle a class action lawsuit. Have a nice day.
No tengo muchas opciones, ¿no? Ah, sí, el bosque. Ah, ¿qué tenemos acá?
Warning. The dark forest ahead is deadly and twisty. Maps are highly recommended.
Ah, seguro me pierdo.
Oh, I used to love these when I was 6.
Museum
of Pirate Lore. I used to love these when I was 6. Until I got trapped in one for 2 days. I think they're illegal now. At Chamber of Commerce Midnight Luncheon. Back shortly. Once upon a time, I won a t-shirt right here on the front lawn. At Chamber of Commerce Midnight Luncheon. Back shortly.
A ver.
I'm hopelessly lost without a map.
Bueno, vamos a marcar el check. No tengo mucho más que hacer.
Expedition to Fabled Monkey Island. Crew positions available. Serve under LeChuck, the most fearsome pirate on the 8 seas. Equal opportunity employer. Inquire here.
Looking for a job? Step this way.
The clipboard in your hand says you're the quartermaster.
The crew says I'm the quartermaster. Clipboard doesn't get a vote. You look like a guy without many options. You want a job? I'm short of swabby. LeChuck's an equal opportunity employer. Even humans are mostly tolerated.
Have you got anything more senior?
Well, I need a second mate, a bosun, a ship surgeon, and a gunner. Do you think you're qualified for any of those?
I could be second mate.
Do you honestly have any idea what a second mate does?
Goes to store openings and funerals and waits for the first mate to be incapacitated?
I thought so.
I'd make a great bosun.
Exactly what qualifications have you got for that?
I can hold my breath for 10 minutes. Okay, maybe 8.
Don't waste my time, okay?
How about ship surgeon?
I assume you have some kind of medical degree?
Is that a definite requirement?
Sorry.
I could be the gunner. Oh, I'd be great at that. Boom, boom.
You look a little scrawny. What do you bench?
Bench? No problem. I sat on one for 12 hours once. I can take it.
I have a lot to do today.
Maybe Swabby's not so bad after all.
The only requirement is that you bring your own mop. If you've got a mop, the job is... Hey, wait a minute. What's your name, sailor?
Andrew LeChuck, nephew.
Oh, ballsy play, Andrew. LeChuck gave me a blacklist and you're on it. In fact, you are the blacklist. Sorry, can't hire you. You're obviously Guybrush Threepwood.
Well, that's a slight hitch.
I'm confused. Didn't you say you were gonna get your own ship?
Yes, but then suddenly I thought, why bother? I wanted a ship and a crew. Here was a ship and a crew. Ripe for the taking. All I had to do was get on board, wait for the right moment, and strike.
Strike?
Mutiny the crew, seize the ship. Be a pirate.
Except they wouldn't hire you because they knew who you were.
Yeah, that was a problem. Also, I needed a mop.
Vamos a buscar la fregona. Vamos a ver, pero la primera oficial me reconoce y no me da trabajo conseguir una fregona. Lo de la fregona lo sé.
Why was Wally in such a hurry? He wouldn't sell us out to Madison, would he?
I believe he needed to relieve the pressure upon him in a different way.
Hey, Cobb. Hard to believe after all these years you're still here.
I was declared a historical landmark.
Yeah, the place does seem different from what I remember.
It's this new, younger generation of pirate leaders. Oh, they're highfalutin dark magic. Look at us. We're so much better than you because we don't drink grog before getting married. These kids today are all about sacking and pillaging. They've got no heart.
I'm gonna find the secret of Monkey Island. Wanna come?
I heard the secret is just some marketing gimmick Stan thought up. That only the gullible and naive would go looking for it.
Tell me about Loom.
Oh, I'm so sick of pirates asking me about Loom. Get lost.
Then why don't you take off the Ask Me About Loom button?
My grog-riddled body has fused with it. I'm more button than man at this point.
Oh, come on. Tell me about Loom. For old time's sake.
Beat it.
Say it.
No.
Say it.
Fine. You mean the latest masterpiece of fantasy storytelling from Lucasfilm's Brian Moriarty? Why, it's an extraordinary adventure with an interface of magic. Stunning, high-resolution 3D landscapes. sophisticated score, and musical effects. Not to mention the detailed animation and special effects, elegant point-and-click control of characters, objects, and magic spells. Beat the rush. Go out and buy Loom today.
Yes!
Now get lost.
Nice talking to you.
Yeah, yeah.
Esta es la publicidad del Loom.
Guybrush Threepwood, as I live and breathe, how have you been?
Peachy.
How's Elaine? She was always my favorite governor. Also, she covered your tab when you stopped coming in.
Señor Young, veo que han terminado. Está chatando conmigo. Bien, bien. La verdad que justo estaba hablando con Rol, que Rol creo que se fue a dormir porque ya no me está contestando. Me sorprendió. La verdad que me sorprendió porque visualmente no me gustaba, pero ahora se está dejando creer y está bueno, me está interesante. No sé cuánto más voy a jugar, pues son las 4:30 de la mañana y tengo que levantarme temprano, así que no creo que haga más de media hora y ya es media hora es como mucho, pero por un ratito más voy a estar, así que si te quedas por ahí, me hace compañía.
Still in public service, fighting scurvy now.
My place is clean. Our health certificates are up to date.
No, it's not like that. She's got a foundation. They're trying to promote Lyme's as a preventative.
Oh, well, tell her I say hello.
The atmosphere in the bar is different than it used to be.
Yeah, I don't like it, but I've got to cater to the new crowd. Everything changes, Guybrush.
But the roaches stay the same.
I've missed your wit. And your low alcohol tolerance.
Hey! Do you know where I can buy a mop?
Buy? You don't want to buy a mop.
I think I do.
The mop is the formal tool of a cook. Not as clumsy or random as a dish rag. An elegant tool for a more civilized cleaning. You cannot hope to succeed with the mop of another.
I can't?
You must construct your own. A single, perfect instrument that you will keep and use for a lifetime.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Once you build it, the mop will become your constant companion, your tool, and a ready means of defense against spills of all kinds.
Build it?
The wood is the heart of the handle. The heart is the handle of the cook. You are one.
Not helpful so far.
You must find a particular tree. A tree uniquely suited to the handles of mops. Carve your handle from a limb of that tree. Any questions?
How do I find the mop handle tree?
I can't tell you exactly where it is, because this is your own personal journey.
Remind me how to find the mop handle tree?
I can't tell you exactly where it is, because this is your own personal journey.
What kind of wood is the tree?
That is something you must discover for yourself.
What about the head of the mop?
Oh, you have to have one, of course, but pretty much anything will do. It's mostly about the handle.
Are you sure I can't just buy a mop? Yours, for example.
No, you've got to make one. Trust me on this.
Bueno.
Okay, I guess I'll do it. What's wrong?
You gave the story the wrong title. It should be called Mop Quest. When do we get to the piratey parts?
Well, even the coolest professions involve more mopping up than you would think. It seemed crazy to me at the time, too. But don't forget, it was all so I could board a ship, take command, and sail to Monkey Island. But first, I had to make a mop. Active little guys, aren't they? It's like a miniature dance party. It's amazing what you can achieve if you put your mind to it. Then you have a packet of stick-on stars. I think someone tried to secure a boat with this.
Bien.
The plaque says, in memory of looming seagulls of old. Ugh, I remember that stench as if it were yesterday. Well, it's definitely a mop. Looks like a mugshot.
Un dato policial. Bueno. Ya abrió. Y supongo que acá también abrió.
Hey,
Vale.
Wally?
Well, 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 look what the surf washed ashore. It's Guybrush Threepwood.
Nice to see you again too, Wally. Whatever your last name is.
I spent years in therapy getting over being burned, blinded, blown up, abandoned, and marooned because of you.
Yeah, good times, huh?
You're lucky I'm past all that and am running the best map shop within the Caribbean and beyond.
You wouldn't happen to have a map to the secret of Monkey Island.
Funny you should ask. I recently made one on commission, but then they destroyed all my source material. It is the only one in existence. Best of luck to you.
I'm looking for a tree to make a stupid mop from. Have you got a map for that?
So the cook has sent you on one of his spiritual journeys?
Ya que es
It's
espiritual.
been a while since I made one of those mop tree maps. What kind of tree is it again?
I don't know. A wood one?
That's okay. Just bring me a sliver of the wood and I can work it out from there. I'm that good.
Muy bien.
You have a lot of maps in here.
We've got so many, you need a map to find them all. A little cartographer humor.
Yeah, I'd forgotten how funny it was. Looks like the shop across the way is in trouble.
The high-stakes, ego-driven world of pirating is changing, and dark magic is taking over. Voodoo magic is fun and all, but it's not what the new generation wants. Me? I'm on the bleeding edge and making a bundle. I'm about to franchise.
Wow. Pasé a 7 visualiza. Wow. Creo que nunca tuve tanta gente.
The town seems to be pretty run down.
Since Captain Madison made Melee her base of operations, people have been complaining. They say she brings a bad element to town, but that bad element spends a lot of money on maps. So, what am I supposed to do?
Do what's right?
I am. I'm doing what's right for Wally.
Bien.
Bye.
Vamos con la astilla. Ah, sí, vamos a tomar.
They're like glasses, only way less convenient. Ooh, look behind you, a three-headed monkey.
Oh, please take one. I use them to promote my business. See, it says maps and more on the edge.
Thanks. I appreciate that Wally hasn't traded it in for a new model just because it's been around the block once or twice. Ooh, those look fancy.
The finest tools to make the finest maps.
Wally, can I have one of these maps?
Absolutely. If you pay for it.
Never mind. It's a map on a fan. What'll they think of next? It's maps wrapped in maps. I didn't know you could do that. Hey, Wally, what's with the window ladder?
I use it to keep an eye on the neighbors.
Well, it's good to have a hobby.
Sí, no pasa tiempo. Bien. Vamos a ver si con el monóculo puedo ver la... ¡Opa!
LeChuck, sir. Just thought I'd pop in and let you know. Preparations to set sail are almost done.
You have all the supplies for the spell to get to Monkey Island?
Check. Squid ink, chickens, brimstone, cinnamon, monkey blood, mint, and
Menta.
an annoying skull.
Well done. Mark yourself down for one less lashing this voyage.
Funny story. Guybrush Threepwood tried to sign on to the crew.
Threepwood? He must be looking for the secret too. That guy steals all my best ideas. Have him killed. Wait. Let him live. I want him to
Ahí recién me llegó la
Monkey Island knowing the secret is lost to him.
el Raider. Gracias, Jung. Y Ro. Por Dios, se me está la voz.
Searching for this mythical secret of Monkey Island a good idea? Shouldn't we be out terrorizing the high seas, instilling fear, creating mayhem, being more on brand for LeChuck?
I've had enough of you questioning my orders. Finish loading the ship, and whatever you do, don't let Threepwood on board.
Very well.
Muy bien.
Hey, Guybrush. Hey, kid.
A ver qué tenemos acá.
Watch your boots in here, son. It's like a swamp, without the clean parts.
I can read the serial number. I'll write it down so I don't forget.
Como la nota es una buena pregunta, ¿no?
Welcome back.
Hi there.
Cerrajera, es buenísimo.
Hello again. Tell me again about how to have keys made. It's exciting.
You bring me the serial number from the lock. I make the key. It's pretty straightforward.
I think I'll browse around a bit.
Try not to touch anything.
This is the number for the jail cell lock. It's hopeless. Can you make me a key from this serial number?
Sure. Good choice on the lock. These are really sturdy. It's the same kind they use over at the jail.
Ooh, wow. What a coincidence. I had no idea.
Hey, Guybrush.
Hey, kid. How's your day going?
Otis, the authorities have reconsidered your case and decided that you should go free.
I'm very grateful to the authorities and will not mention their name should any awkward questions be asked. Good luck, Stan. I hope you get acquitted.
Oh, it's in the bag, friend, but thanks.
I'll stay on this side of the bars, just in case.
You look like you're having a good time.
Most of this serial number has been rubbed off.
Okay.
I don't remember this place being so leaky.
Y la gente se está yendo. Pero bueno, es un juego de aventuras rápidas. Corre. Corre que estás cansado, bro. Sí, la verdad que sí. Yo pensaba que... o sea, lo vendían como que sí, pero no estaba seguro de vender porque tenía que probarlo. Y la verdad que sí, la esencia de Monkey Island la tiene. Los flacos hicieron un muy buen trabajo.
It's an unusual safe with 5 keyholes.
Alas, the safe is not for sale. It has been placed with me for safekeeping.
I'd need a lot of keys to open that. Green, half off. Blue, half of half off. Yellow, half of half of half off. Orange, aren't you glad you're here? The curtains are for sale too?
Everything goes. They'd make a great dress.
A crystal. Yeah, this isn't that kind of game. Keep up the good work, buddy.
Bien. ¿Qué es esto? ¿Qué es esto? ¿Qué es esto?
Pointy.
It is a non-magical ceremonial knife. Very sharp indeed.
Oh, I'd like this knife.
An excellent choice. I will need you to verbally agree to a release of liability.
Okay.
This product is not to be used in the commission of any crime, including vandalism, jailbreak, and theft of ancient priceless artifacts.
No problem.
Threatening, frightening, stabbing, shaving, or manicuring yourself or another
Manicura.
person are likewise considered outside the scope of acceptable use.
Oh, okay, I guess.
The product is not balanced for throwing. Throwing the product violates these terms and will invalidate the warranty. Whittling, scrimshaw,
Okay.
mumbledy-peg, juggling, and any tricks involving
Sí, sí, sí,
stacking
obviamente
or
que sí.
balancing the
Vamos a ver qué onda, si después más tarde le sigo.
injury and should not be attempted
Porque
by
obviamente no lo voy a terminar ahora.
persons.
Uh-huh.
Use with breads, spreads, bedspreads, or thread
Dulce de leche.
may damage the product. If damaged, the product should not be used. Product is sharp and should not be carried in a pocket, coat, belt, hatband, handbag, shoulder holster, or sheath. At all times, keep the product away from children, pets, the aged or infirm, clowns, pirates, and
Mierda.
adults. Where possible, it should be locked securely in a vault. The manufacturer accepts no responsibility for the consequences of any use or misuse of this product. By verbally assenting to these terms, purchaser hereby assumes all liability, past, present, and
No es
future,
posible,
throughout
es
this
imposible.
and all possible and
¡Qué
impossible
delirio!
universes.
Oh, is this where I say yes?
Yes,
Yes. Is there anything I am allowed to do with it?
I am not able to answer that question, as it could create a liability.
Sí, me di cuenta.
Your sign says you're going out of business. Or is this one of those not really going out of business sales?
There is a new dark magic on the rise in the Caribbean. It has many adherents, particularly among the young. There is little demand for my talents or my wares. Business is terrible, and there are other factors. Captain Madison desires this location. That it belongs to me will be of little help against her financial and political powers.
Whoa, back up. Dark magic, you said?
I did.
How does dark magic work?
Runes, chemicals, the power of secrets. I am no expert. It's too sterile for my tastes. I like things messy and theatrical.
Can you use your talents to tell me how Elaine is right now?
She is always close, no matter the distance.
Do your answers ever make sense?
There are no answers, only questions that are finished.
Ok.
Is this the year when you
El
finally
año.
tell me your name? It's become almost a running gag between us. But it's awkward, like when your glass is empty but you keep trying to drink out of it over and over.
It is Corina.
Oh, okay. Karina. Nice. Somehow it was more exciting before I knew that.
That is true of many things.
Are you able to see what LeChuck is up to?
Your goals and the goals of LeChuck are aligned, as always. But his intentions are darker. He would use the secret to do terrible things.
Dark-er? What's that supposed to mean?
LeChuck must not acquire the secret.
No argument there. Got any other mystical advice or information for me? Stock tips or something?
No.
Ok.
What's cooking?
The Feast of Knowledge.
What's this thing?
It's a forgiveness frog. When no apology will do, give the forgiveness frog. It's like a card, only much better because it's a frog.
I've never heard of that before. Are you sure it's real voodoo?
No comment. It works. Trust me.
Bueno.
I'll take this forgiveness frog.
It can help someone forgive even very old transgressions.
Bien, ya sé con quién la tengo que usar. Ahora vamos a ver si consigo la astilla de la fregona. ¿Y este?
Hi.
Are you my waiter? I want the excellent dish I had at the governor's mansion last week.
¿Por qué hablaba
I don't know
así?
what it's called, but it was sort of, you know, a hot food.
Yeah, but I'm not...
It had ingredients in it or something.
I'm not your waiter.
I already told your incompetent cook this, but he still hasn't brought me my dinner.
I don't work here. I'm not a waiter.
Hop to it!
Right away, sir.
Era muy obvio.
Well, it's definitely a mop.
Stay away from my mom.
Y si utilizo...
It's my very own, very sharp, non-magical ceremonial knife.
Stay away from my mom.
Mm-hmm.
You look like the health inspector tasted your stew. Or you did.
Worse, Marlin is here.
Who?
The customer I have nightmares about.
Mm,
He's the only importer of yak fat on the island, so I need to keep him happy, but he makes that impossible. Today he wants me to make him a dish that he ate last week at some kind of event at the governor's mansion. But of course he doesn't remember what it's called or know what's in it or even remember what color it was. He says he thinks it has ingredients in it. I don't have the slightest idea what to make.
Oh, where did he say he had the dish he wants you to make?
At the governor's mansion.
Okay.
It's probably some exotic, weird-tasting thing from a swanky cookbook.
If I brought you a recipe, could you make it?
Of course. I'm a cook. See the hat?
Oh, look behind you! A three-headed monkey!
I do know a great stew recipe for monkey heads, but I can't think about that right now.
I'll see what I can find out.
Thanks.
Okay.
The plaque says, in memory of looming seagulls of old.
Bueno. Vamos a buscar el libro de recetas, que es lo único que tengo por ahora como pizza. Corre, Guybrush. Corre. Corre, guachín. Relato, ingredientes. La rana, perdón.
The voodoo lady said it was a forgiveness frog. Here.
You're giving me a frog?
It's a forgiveness frog, for when words aren't enough.
That is complete nonsense. And yet, I am going to forgive you for losing my book. I can't even explain why. I just have this sudden, inexplicable
Era buena la
urge to
rana.
forgive. You'd better not be up to something.
Just don't lose the frog, okay?
No, I'll keep it with me always.
Ok. Mapa de tesoro, autografía. Trucos de vudú caseros y bueno.
Can I borrow this cookbook?
You cook like a cow.
That's why I need the cookbook.
Oh, all right. I was upset after you lost the last one, but you seemed genuinely sorry, so I guess I'll give you another chance.
Thanks. I won't let you down. I'll definitely return this.
Muy bien. Mucho más de serio por acá. Muelles. Vamos a darle el librito a este.
I found this at the governor's mansion.
Aha! The mystery dish must be in there. I have no idea which one it'll be, so I'll just have to make them all. I'd better get to work. Thanks, Guybrush. Keep your hands off my mop.
I'm gonna find the secret of Monkey Island.
Good for you.
Entonces como un miércoles. Ah. Ok. No sé qué toqué sin querer. ¿Qué hago?
It's the cook's old mop.
Ya se me hacía a mí. Ya se me hacía que lo tenía que hacer de esa manera.
I carved it off the cook's mop handle. Good times.
Muy bien. Hablar con Wally y calculo que voy a intentar conseguir la fregona y hasta ahí voy a llegar. Ahora pues preciso un disfraz o algo.
Wally, here's a sample of the wood you wanted. Can you make me a map now?
Mierda que lo hizo rápido.
Sure, here it is.
Thanks, Wally.
Y a ver el mapa. Ok. Otra vez laboratorio. No. Corre. Corre, guachín. Sí, voy a tener que hacerlo por acá. Ahí está. Vamos al bosque. Muy bien. Acá tengo que ir para la derecha. Ahora acá. Bueno, tengo que ir 2 veces más para la derecha. No. 2. Ahora uno para arriba. Izquierda. Izquierda, arriba, izquierda, arriba. Entonces, arriba, izquierda, arriba. ¿A todo esto cómo voy a instalar el árbol, no? Ah, no, acá tiene distintos.
Wow,
The distinctive shape tells me this is the rare endangered Malay Island mop handle tree. The distinctive shape tells me this is the rare endangered Malay Island mop handle tree. Mind your mama, little prickly kids. Hey, little fella. The distinctive shape tells me this is the... It's like there's a welcoming committee.
Horas más tarde. Híjole. Rompió todo el árbol. ¿Por qué rompió todo el árbol? Sí, es el mismo protagonista de siempre. ¿Cómo rompió todo el árbol?
Deer? I must have startled them while I was whittling. Some animals are quite skittish. Another resource has given its all in support of my personal goals. It's what nature is for. I'm gonna take a shortcut back.
Muchas horas después. Menos mal que era un atajo. Y con esto podré...
It's soft and extra fuzzy. I made him up.
Se me ocurrió.
It's a single perfect instrument that I will keep and use for a lifetime. It's hopeless.
Ya tengo la fregona, lo que pasa que...
This has gotten me out of a lot of scrapes over the years.
Se me ocurre que la única manera es esta. ¿El de barco?
How clever. This has gotten me out of a lot of scrapes over the years.
Hey, Threepwood. I shouldn't even be talking to you.
Can I be on your ship if I change my name?
Only if you also change your face. Sorry.
I hope this isn't one of those party cruises. No parking of demonic, ghostly, or undead vessels or scooters. Tuesdays 3 to 4. Looks like this is going to be a long journey. I hope this isn't one of those party cruises. Hey.
What is it?
Come on, let me have the swabby job.
If you were anybody else and you had a mop, I'd hire you. But you're you, so I'm sorry, I can't.
What do you think of this baby? Signature model. I made it myself.
I'm sure it's great, Threepwood, but I can't give you the swabby job unless you magically turn into somebody else.
Bueno. Vamos a buscar otra solución.
Hey, watch it.
Se me escapa el...
Waiter, I can't understand why this is taking so long. Just bring me what the governor served me last week.
Of course, sir. Sorry for the delay.
This will be excellent.
Busy?
Yep.
Bueno, habrá que esperar a ver qué onda. Vamos a hablar con la...
Too bad it's empty. It's a creepy shrunken head with long, stringy hair. I didn't know these were a voodoo thing.
They're not. But the tourists like them.
This is a neat symbol. What does it mean?
That used to contain magical disguises. But alas, they have all gone.
Yeah, it's too bad you're sold out. A magic disguise seems really useful.
There's always the famous eye patch of John Laney at the museum. I'm sure the magic has worn off by now, but I believe I could restore its abilities.
Do you do gift wrapping?
We're out of wrapping paper, unless you'd like it wrapped in the skin of a lizard.
No thanks.
A ver si me dejan.
Can I borrow this book?
One book at a time. I only trust you so far.
Ok, tengo que quitarle el otro libro al flaco. Igual... No, oficialmente es el último juego. Cuando después, si querés, mirate cuando yo termine el stream.
The note says, forced to close. Thanks for the memories, but cash would have been better.
Cuando entras al juego tenés un álbum de fotos y ahí te cuenta toda la historia de todos los juegos, desde el 1 al 4 o 5. No te sabré decir porque yo solamente llegué hasta el 3.
Property foreclosed by order of Madison Enterprises.
Pero dice museo.
The problem with this statue is it's not a statue of Elaine, the best ever governor of Melee. Honoring Melee Island's 27th governor, Carlo the Swordmaster. Frankly, we were afraid not to.
Ay, se me va el mouse y...
It's Carla's copy of Ingredients by Barbie LaFlay. Are you done with the cookbook? I'd like it back.
I'm still using it.
Are you done with the cookbook? I'd like it back.
I'm still using it.
Okay.
You remind me never to eat here again. It's a classic, elegant mop with a sliver carved out of it.
Keep your hands off my mop.
Nice and hot. Wonder how long I could stand here before bursting into flames. Nice and hot. Wonder how long I could stand here before bursting into flames.
I say, janitor, if you see my waiter, tell him to hurry things up a bit. I'm positively famished.
Yar.
Me parece como muy fuerte prenderla a fuego, pero a ver. Sí, me parecía mucho.
He'll never complain again. Ingredients indeed. Brilliant innovation.
Yeah, it's filled with nasty-looking water. Are you done with the cookbook? I'd like it back.
I'm still using it.
Así puedo hablar con la gobernadora y que me diga qué fue lo que comió. Apúrate, apúrate, apúrate. Voy llevando solito ya. Bueno, me parece que voy a intentar hablar con la gobernadora y si no, lo voy a cortar.
I don't really have anything to say. We just like doing this.
Practice is nice, but I'm busy these days. Governor stuff. Stay out of my bedroom, Threepwood.
I've seen that same painting on a box of frozen instant cereal.
Igual dice en el museo, igual acá no hay museo, y si hay museo no sé cuál es. Esta es la cerrajería, la cárcel.
Looks like a volcano island with horns that swallowed a basketball. What's cooking?
The Feast of Knowledge.
Is dark magic powerful?
Powerful, yes, it can be. But dangerous. If the badger chews his own tail, soon there is no more badger.
You like that metaphor a lot, don't you?
It has many uses.
Can dark magic get me to Monkey Island?
No.
Nuts.
Nuts.
Where can I get my hands on some dark magic?
Dark magic is not your path, Guybrush Threepwood.
Do you know more about this John Laney guy with the eye patch?
Captain John Laney was renowned as the pirate of 1,000 faces. It was said that he could fool his best friend with nothing more than an eye patch. That legend is true, but only because the eye patch he used was filled with much voodoo magic. The eye patch still exists. It is on display at the Museum of Pirate Lore here on Melee Island. If an enterprising person such as yourself were to liberate it and bring it here, I could most likely get it working again.
Got it. Thanks. I'll get back to browsing the shop.
Act fast. Supplies are limited.
Cierto, el museo es allá. Pero no sé si voy a poder entrar al museo. Era más fácil salir por otro lado. Está abierto.
Welcome to the Melee Island Museum of Pirate Lore. I'm Conrad, the curator and docent here. The museum showcases the largest collection of pirate memorabilia in the Caribbean. Or on Melee Island at the very least. The provenance of each item has been very carefully researched and fact-checked by myself and my team. Feel free to explore. And if you have any questions, just ask.
It's a working parrot. I shouldn't bother it. What was this cinder you've got on the wall?
Oh, that. Yeah, that was an unsent love letter written by Elaine Marley while she was governor of the island.
What? Elaine?
The recipient was referred to only as Plunder Bunny.
That's me!
It was a really touching letter. Unfortunately, I put the candle too close to it.
What did it say? Tell me what she said.
Oh, you know, love letter stuff. Honestly, I don't remember a word of it, but it was touching.
Thanks a lot.
Está bueno que se ha hecho un piquecito. Sí, en realidad el piquecito lo haces con el doble clic. Si no, camina lento.
Eye patch worn by Captain John Laney, the pirate of 1,000 faces. It's a working parrot. I shouldn't bother it. That is a really big parrot. Wonder how many hands it's eaten. What do you feed it?
Thieves, mostly.
Good to know. Actually, I think I'd rather not hear about that again. Tell me about this hunk of wood.
That's an original plank from the Golden Hind, autographed by Francis Drake himself.
Is this a left hook or a right hook?
That once belonged to the dread pirate Meat Hook. Supposedly he was ambidextrous. Also, he used to live right here, on Melee.
There's some very tiny writing on it.
A ver, ¿será tan fácil?
Well, the numbers are a little clearer, but still too tiny to read. The display case is locked.
¿Y cómo?
What's the story with the wanted poster?
That is the earliest known wanted poster for Captain Kate Capsize. You can tell how notorious she was by the huge number of crimes listed there. Very impressive. I got it from a collector on Fat Island.
Those are my own crimes, actually. I was pretty much public enemy #1 on Fat Island at the time. I stuck Kate's picture on there so she'd get thrown in jail.
That would never work. Nobody's that clueless in real life.
You don't believe me?
It's not a question of belief.
Never mind. It's not important.
¿Qué me pusiste? Es más fluido para las transiciones. Es más fluido, ¿a qué te referís?
What's this melted lump of metal?
It used to be a mug. It was melted by some kind of acid. It was found in the Melee jail many years ago, after an incident where like 20 pirates escaped.
Hey, I did that. I had to keep pouring the grog from mug to mug because it was melting them. I had an armload of mugs and I juggled them all the way from the scum bar to the jail. Also, I could get Otis to join my crew. Not my greatest decision in retrospect.
That's a pretty wild story.
I'm telling you the truth.
I'm sure you are, but it just doesn't quite square with the official record. So it's hard to substantiate.
Substantiate? You've got an eyewitness.
Eyewitnesses are notoriously inaccurate. Human memory is plastic and suggestible.
Not yours, apparently.
No, of course not. I deal in facts.
That map looks familiar.
That's 1/4 of the original map to the treasure of Big Whoop. I got it from the cartographer on Low Street. Apparently, he was somehow involved in the search for Big Whoop.
About all Wally managed to do was get kidnapped by LeChuck's henchmen.
That's not the way he tells it.
I'm just trying to help.
Thanks. I've got it under control.
¿Y esto qué es?
How on earth do you have that note?
Oh yeah, that's very interesting. That was found tucked inside of a book at the Fat Island Library. It's the actual note left by the ghost pirate LeChuck when he kidnapped Governor Marley.
I know what it is. The lookout handed it to me just before I finished my 3 trials. I was crushed, but undaunted. I gathered a crew and I sailed to Monkey Island to save her. Not that she needed it, as it turned out.
Wow, man, you're really into this. I've got a role-playing group on Thursday nights.
This is absurd. It's like this whole wall is stuff from my personal adventures, but somehow I'm not even mentioned in your stories.
That's what's so great about this museum. Everyone makes their own connections with the exhibits, and it's highly personal and different for everyone.
That's not what I'm trying to say at all.
That's okay. You don't need to say anything. Just listen to what the exhibits tell you.
Fine. It's locked. I'm Guybrush Threepwood.
No kidding? Wow! Are you named after Guybrush Threepwood?
I guess you could say that.
Nice.
I'm going to find the legendary secret of Monkey Island.
Oh, that's excellent! Super retro. If you need a place to display it, I know a convenient museum.
Your museum is quaint.
Thanks. It's been a personal passion of mine. I'm nuts about old-timey pirate stuff.
Old-timey?
Being around it really makes you feel like you're a part of something. Doesn't it?
I am part of something.
Exactly.
Are any of these things valuable?
The security parrot isn't just here to look piratey. John Laney's eye patch is irreplaceable. It's the highlight of the collection. Amazingly, I got it at a yard sale. They didn't know what they had.
I'd see you wear a peg leg, despite having both of your original legs.
Just part of the docent's outfit, for the tourists. Kids always want to try it on.
That's charming and creepy at the same time.
This is a museum for people who think attacking ships and murdering the crew for profit sounds fun.
Touché. I'll have a look around.
Please do.
Bueno.
That's a nice oar.
The one with the coffin, yeah. The coffin had a lot of water damage when I got it from the voodoo lady in town. But I managed to restore it. It was used by a certain well-known captain in a daring escape from a Turkish prison.
The water damage is actually from the swamp on Scab Island.
Unlikely. The prison in question is nowhere near Scab Island.
You should think about hiring a research assistant.
Oh, I did. Unpaid, of course. Intern.
Entre pantalla y pantalla que lo puedas hacer corriendo, decía, sobre todo cuando tenés que ir y volver. Ah, sí, eso sí, es bastante de eso, sí, no.
Tell me again about the hook.
That once belonged to the Dread.
What can you tell me about this eye patch?
That's the pride of the collection. It belonged to Captain John Laney, the pirate of 1,000 faces. Supposedly, it had voodoo powers that would disguise him. I tried it on though, and nothing happened.
That never ends well for the knife. It doesn't fit.
Eso sí se me ocurrió.
You know what every good pirate museum needs? A set of horse armor.
I'll get back to you.
You know what every good pirate museum needs? A set of horse armor.
I'll get back to you.
It's good for relieving stress.
Ay, se me apagaron los auriculares. Bueno, igual también ya justo quería cortar, así que es una buena oportunidad. Si no, mañana no voy a dormir un carajo. Este no me deja, pero casi. Así que bueno, gente, gracias. Gracias por todo, gente bella. Gracias, Chris, por pasarte y traerte la raid con tu gente. Sé que no se quedaron todos, pero se quedaron unos cuantos para hacer las 5 de la mañana. Es un número más que importante. Así que bueno, estate conectado, que si todo sale bien, estoy bastante manija con este juego. Posiblemente a la tarde lo siga. Capaz que sin micrófono, como ya está con el tema de los arreglos. Pero ya vamos a ir viendo. Aparte está bueno porque me dejan interactuar tranquilamente con el tema del chat. Así que bueno, gente, nos estamos viendo en la próxima. Cuídense. Gracias por pasarse, sobre todo. Gracias a los nuevos suscriptores. Gracias a Kaiser, gracias a Yori, gracias al otro Kaiser, el Kaiser analógico que me empezó a seguir ahora. Y bueno, y la fractura podcast. Bless, que se unió el otro día, pero se fue. Así que nada, abrazo por ustedes, chicos, y cuídense, nos vemos más tarde.